Hello there, everyone. Remember last time I told you overwatering was the silent killer? But here's the twist nobody expects. Underwatering can look exactly the same. Slightly droopy leaves, a plant that just seems tired. Except this time, the fix isn't less water, it's more, and if you get it backwards, you could actually make things worse. So, how do you tell the difference between a thirsty plant and a drowning one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never second guess it again. Same symptoms. Opposite problem. Hey, welcome back to Green Harvest Hub. If you watched our last video on overwatering, thank you for coming back because today we're finishing that story. If you're new here, hello, I'm so glad you found us. This channel is all about the small, honest details that actually keep your plants alive. No fluff, no overwhelm, just what works. Today we're tackling the flip side of last video mistake, the plants that look okay but are quietly asking for help. Hello there, welcome back to Green Harvest Hub Seedling. Quick favor before we start. If you're new here, tap subscribe because we're building a real system for growing food without the guesswork, one honest tip at a time. And if you watched our last video on overwatering and started wondering if you swung too far the other way, drop a comment because this video is about to clear that up completely. So today, we're solving a genuine problem. After learning about overwatering, a lot of beginners swing too far the other direction and end up underwatering instead. The tricky part is, the symptoms look almost identical at first glance. I'm going to show you exactly how to tell them apart, what a truly thirsty plant is trying to tell you, and the simple habit that keeps you from overcorrecting either way. Here's the part that trips people up. Unlike overwatering, which suffocates roots slowly, underwatering stresses a plant quickly, but the visible signs still take time to show. Leaves might look slightly dull or start curling inward, almost like the plant is trying to conserve itself. And because it doesn't look dramatic right away, people either ignore it or worse, panic and add even more water on top of already dry soil in one big dump, which shocks the roots instead of helping them. So, how do you actually tell the difference? A thirsty plant usually has soil that's pulled away slightly from the edges of the pot, leaves that feel a little less firm to the touch, and a pot that feels noticeably lighter than usual when you pick it up. That last one is honestly the most reliable trick nobody talks about. A well-watered pot has weight to it. A thirsty one feels almost hollow. Quick pause here. If you've ever stared at a droopy plant and genuinely couldn't tell if it needed more water or less, let me know in the comments, because that confusion is so much more common than people admit. And if this is clearing things up for you, hit that like button. It really does help this video reach other beginners stuck in the same guessing game. Subscribe too if you haven't yet, because we're turning this into a full beginner foundation series, one honest mistake at a time. Here's the good news. The same finger test from last week still works here. You're just reading it the opposite way. If the soil feels dry an inch down, it's time to water, but do it slowly and deeply rather than all at once, letting the water actually soak in instead of running straight through. And instead of guessing, use the lift test alongside it. Get familiar with how your pot feels both right after watering and a few days later. Once your hands know that difference, you'll rarely get it wrong again. Here's something worth remembering. Plants don't panic the way we do. When they're thirsty, they don't scream for help. They quietly conserve energy and wait, the same patient resilience we talked about with that old forgotten seed a few videos back. Learning to notice these quiet signals isn't just a gardening skill, it's a kind of attentiveness that spills into how you notice small things everywhere else too. So, let's bring our last video and today's own together. Overwatered plants suffer from too much, too often, with soil that never dries out. Thirsty plants show soil pulling away from the pot, leaves that feel less firm, and a noticeably lighter pot. The fix for both comes back to the same simple habit. Check before you water, don't assume. Once that becomes second nature, you'll rarely lose a plant to either mistake again. If these last two videos helped you understand your plants a little better, subscribe because we're building out a full beginner foundation, one honest topic at a time. Drop a comment and tell me, have you been overwatering or underwatering without realizing it? I read every single one. And if you started your 5 easy vegetables a couple videos back, go check on them today using what you learned here. I'll see you in the next one.